So we stopped at this like random place in Du Bois, Wyoming, just to fill up gas, and it's like this like roadside stop. They say they have the world's largest jackalope or whatever. Brian, come up. This is so funny. They have condoms in the women's bathroom. That's hilarious. That is crazy. I cried a little bit when I saw them for the first time. So parking here is serious business. So we got here at 9:15,
yeah,
which was later than I wanted to be, and the parking lot was full. So we had to park.
It's a pretty big parking lot too.
Yeah, I mean it's packed. It's parking is legitimately a problem, and so we had to park on the road and walk in. But be aware of that, because I have heard people that don't even get parking on the street and just like can't visit here.
Am I at the top of it?
I think so, yeah.
I am Brian.
I'm Carolyn, and this is Moose, Wyoming. We are at Grand Teton National Park, which I cried a little bit coming in.
It's impressive.
It's really, really impressive. So the Grand Tetons is a mountain range. It's actually one of the youngest mountain ranges in the United States. It's considered an adolescent range. It's only 10 million years old. And in comparison, the Rockies are considered adult. They're 80 million. And like the Appalachian is considered senior, and they're 300 million years old. So that's why the tops of them are so kind of craggly and like jagged, because erosion really hasn't smoothed them out or done too much work to them yet. So work to them, I don't know what the hell that's.
And they're like whiter.
They're whiter, yeah. It's really cool. But also what's really interesting is the rock itself is actually some of the oldest rock in the United States. They like pushed up, so whatever. So we are gonna go, we're at Jenny Lake, which is kind of like the focal point of the national park. And we are doing a boat tour today and just checking out views and hopefully check out wildlife. I'm sure for us, we will see, you know, like a blue jay and, you know, a prairie dog.
Probably another prairie dog.
Yeah, probably another prairie dog. Or some deer. We've seen a lot of deer.
No, we did see a coyote today.
We did see a coyote this morning. We didn't catch it on film.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check in and get going. I just have to say, the smell here is like...
Oh, the smell of pine.
All you smell is pine.
Oh, it smells so good.
It's so good. And it's so peaceful and quiet. I mean, there's kids screaming behind us, but besides that, it's so peaceful and quiet.
It's beautiful.
And the smell, oh my God, it smells so good.
Yeah. I could be in the bag.
Yep, definitely. Thanks, you too.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Woo!
Miles long, it's 15 miles wide. It features 200 peaks, 84 of them are named, and we have 8 that are over 12,000 and 1 that's over 13. We can see 4 of them from here. The lake does freeze over about 3 to 5 feet thick in the winter. May 13th, we tried to get the boats out and we couldn't because there was still ice. We also get on top of that to boot another 25 feet of snowfall in this area. So it is a harsh place to be in the winter. There's no doubt about it. Seeing Half Dome, a picture of Half Dome there. If you wondered where they put the other half, it's right there, right here in the Tetons. I bet you never knew that. That canyon is the reason why this lake is here. It was integral to the formation of the lake in that about 15,000 years ago, there was a huge glacier in there. Went up to about the shoulder of the right side of the rock where you see that little bump coming out. It was a big one. It came out, dove down into the far side of the lake, making that side the deepest at 256 feet deep. Then it planed up over here and it pushed this bank we see up here.
That kid's really annoying.
Now I know why the dad didn't come.
Becky's pissing me off.
A lot of people don't know that Jenny Lake is integral to the formation of the park with an event that happened right here on the shore. And they thought these were just special beyond any others, and they were enamored with what they saw across this lake. What they saw on that side, they weren't real happy with. They saw things that they did not make them happy. That couple's name was Rockefeller, 1925, driving right along here. Mrs. Rockefeller commented that there were power lines in the way of the view, there were billboards, there was a burnout gas station, what she called a woebegone dance hall, and dilapidated buildings all over here. So they set about buying land to preserve and to donate back to the people, and in 29, a couple years later, they had 34,000 acres. That's not a bad piece of land. That's not a bad park, 34,000 acres. But it pales in comparison to today, which is 310,000. So it makes it the most complete ecosystem in the lower 48 states. The Jackson Picnic started in the 1970s by a man named Sanchez. Started at the Cowboy Bar. Anybody know where the Cowboy Bar is in town? Yep, so the Cowboy Bar is a historic bar in town. They filmed some Every Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood there. Probably before your time, but a good actor. And it has saddles for bar stools you can put your feet in. Nice historic bar to go see in town. So they decided they would do this Ironman event, and they'd started at the bar. At the last drink of the night, you would have, let's say, a shot of whiskey, and then in the middle of the night, you ride your bike out 22 miles to this point where we see the cars parked, and you chain up your bike, and in the middle of the night, you will jump in this lake and swim over to the other shore where we're going to be on our round trip here, over where that boat is. You would swim all the way across there in the dark, climb out and climb the Grand Teton. And that wasn't enough for them. They have to come down the Grand and swim back in the afternoon, unchain the bike, ride the 22 miles back to town for the last drink of the night 24 hours later. So it's a, no, but actually the guy you were talking to at the dock, his name is Travers. He has done it before. And he told me that he doesn't remember anything from the boat dock over. It's just that you've been up for so many hours. A normal climb to the Grand is 16 hours up and down. So you can imagine when you add all that. Now this isn't done on any given day. It's not a competition. He will just get up one day and tell his lady, I'm gonna go do it. And he comes out and he does it. Nobody's watching, nobody really cares. No t-shirt, no trophy. Right side, about halfway up, we see a white spot that looks like snow. That's the only glacier we can see from the lake. It's called the falling ice glacier. Ice is always falling off of it. And you look at that and have the great question of why is that a glacier? Because the one to the left of it looks like a glacier, and this one has 4 of them. Why is that a glacier? And the reason is that a glacier has to be moving, and it has to be 100 feet thick to do its work, because it's carving, carving, carving. That's the only one that qualifies. These will be more permanent snowfields. Have a fault line that runs right across the front of these, so this area has gone up abruptly, and this area is actually sinking. They sink at a rate of about 2 to 1. This area goes down 2 for every unit that goes up. That makes this area sedimentary rocks. They're going to be the youngest rocks in this particular area, and they call this a hole. A hole is a flat valley between all these mountains here. So the Jackson Hole goes all the way to town, and the town of Jackson is located in the Jackson Hole. A lot of people will say they're going to the town of Jackson Hole. It's the town of Jackson that's located in this hole. Up at the top, we have the oldest mountains. Those, they theorize, are 2.8 billion years old, and they originally came from 3 miles down in the earth. They were 23,000 feet below us, and now they're up there 13,000 feet. This range, as we said, lacks foothills and approach hills, which makes it very unique. And in mountaineering, we call that prominence. Prominence of a mountain simply means that where you're standing is what's relative to the height of a mountain. It's not necessarily sea level, because we're here at 6,800 foot sea level. And to get back to sea level, we would need to go a day's drive and several states and quite a bit of time to get down 6,800 feet. A significant effort to get down 6,800 feet. Yet we can go up 7,000 feet higher than we are now in 2.5 miles. So that's how quickly and abruptly these come out of the earth and go straight up, 7,000 feet higher to the top of the Grand there.
I just want to find water, a moose, or a, what's it called, a bear.
A bear.
So this water that comes in is about as pure as you can get. It will go down to Cottonwood Creek where we left, on to the Snake River, and out to the Pacific Ocean. So this water has virtually no minerals, nothing in it. We have never washed the front windshields that I know of. The splash that comes on them just evaporates, doesn't leave any residue.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
That's clear as a fish.
I think that was an awesome tour. We didn't see any like crazy wildlife or anything, but we had a lot of really good information I would have never known.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of great information, and the views were amazing. So you get a lot of different angles.
Definitely. If you don't feel like doing a hike and you just feel like kind of like getting your bearings in Grand Tetons and just really seeing them, I would say that's an awesome option to do.
Definitely.
Yeah. We're gonna go check out, who knew, in Grand Tetons there's a pizza place that makes their own dough and own pizza. So we're gonna do that for lunch before we check into our campground.
Yep.
Do you hear that clicking? Weird.
I think that's
This part, it's all the way down there.
Look at that.
What is it?
That's the thing that clicks, look.
What?
Oh, it's it.
Oh,
Oh, look. Yeah, here.
Yeah, it is. And then look all the way down there.
all the way
and
down
on
there.
the other side of the street.
All the way down there. Sam was referring to the clicking. I don't know if we can pick it up. There's like some kind of insect that's clicking in these bush hooks. What?
Sounds like the aliens in Signs movie, remember?
Yes, it does sound like the aliens from Signs, Sam. Look how this guy parked here. Do you see this in front of us? What is he doing? Is he going to be getting out? This guy is an idiot. All right, I'm going to try to see if I can get this. I think he may be stuck. This guy... If I can pick up the clicking, huh?
I'm gonna feel really bad, but I'm gonna do it.
I don't care. The guy, too lazy to walk, tried to park where he's not to park, and his car is literally, I don't know if you can see it, one tire's off, one tire's down. Crazy. Look at this parking. This is ridiculous. This is what they're talking about with this like Jenny Lake problem. It's like, it is. This is way out. This is a, what, a 25-minute walk?
They need to build like another parking lot out there.
They definitely do. I mean, I know that,
cross.
yeah. But yeah, if you're waiting here, you're walking 20, 25 minutes, guaranteed. So get here early for sure.